applying changes to unique upgrades for Kremlin, Colombo, Hindenburg, Repub, GL Petro, Daring, Haru Z, Elbing and Yueyang? So, I would assume this gets buffed, nerfed. Honestly, the Hindenburg one is tough because Hindenburg's Legmod is a pure buff if you play Lighthouse Hindenburg. Like, you have to play Lighthouse Hindenburg for it to make sense, but Hindi Legmod is one of the best Legmods in the game if you play Lighthouse Hindi. This has to be getting... I can only imagine this gets a huge buff. This should get a nerf. I don't really... I'll be honest, guys. I don't think Petro Legmod really needs to be changed that much. I think it's pretty balanced as it is. You take a giant hit to utility and survivability and long-range dispersion to get crazy close-range dispersion. Daring's got to get a buff. Haru's probably... Okay, here's the problem, though. Haru is already played, like, so much in competitive. I don't think you can change it that much. Grows, probably getting a buff. That's one of the worst ones in the game. Z must be getting a buff. Elbing, I would assume... I don't know, honestly. And then Yueyang's got to be getting a buff. I would almost think Elbing gets a buff because no one plays Elbing. Problem with Hindi Legmod is there's already a... Well, I mean, Steering Gears is fine, but, like, Hindi Legmod is just objectively better than Steering Gears. Like, is it worth buying? Is it so much better that it's worth... Like, it's a must... It's not a must-have Legmod, but, like, it is a pure buff over Steering Gears on Lighthouse Hindi. It's a good enough buff to turning that you don't even notice the difference. Like, it feels like your boat turns exactly the same as running Steering Gears, but then you're also immune to fire and flood. So, I mean, it is really good. Whoa! 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 I need it. Oh. Oh! Oh! You're buffing my Kremlin! Oh! I'll be right back. I gotta go rub one out real quick. Give me a second, guys. Holy Jesus. Instead of rubbing one out, I decided to pour myself a glass of the good stuff. This is a special occasion, boys. My Kremlin is getting an outrageous buff in Big 25. This is an outrage. This is diabolical. I mean, as of right now, the Kremlin Legmod is basically like a slight nerf because all it does is give you like a 3-second better reload, but gimp your range and your dispersion slightly. So like it's not really worth running. It's like a minor nerf. But this is, bro, 6 heal Kremlin, 7 DCP Kremlin, 6 DCP, 6 heal Kremlin. Oh my god. 2 seconds? Yeah, okay, well there you go. 2 seconds. Like, yeah, it's not good. I mean, if you get within like 4 kilometers, then okay, I guess your boat is 2% better, but holy dude. Kremlin with an extra DCP and an extra 20k heal. Wow, that's actually like not good. Okay, listen. Personally, as a Kremlin lover, this is fucking amazing. Because, like, I know what my literal next research bureau purchase is. Holy Jesus. But, like, game balance-wise, that's a disaster, dude. That's all they're doing. So it's going to keep the 1 km dispersion nerf. Well, yeah, they added the effect. Oh, it's just an ad. They're not even taking away the reload buff. They're just oh my god. Oh my god. That is insane. What are we doing, Wargaming? A higher degree of close range gameplay, even at. How is it a higher risk, Wargaming? Okay, first of all, let's get something straight. You have to play 1 kilometer closer with Legmod Kremlin, while providing an ample increase in combat effectiveness. Guys, you heard it here. You heard it here first. 6% main battery reload is an ample increase in combat effectiveness. 6% reload minus 10% range, or whatever it is an ample increase in combat effectiveness. Like, the whole point of why you don't run this ledge mod is it is a direct nerf to combat effectiveness. Oh my, dude, that is crazy. Okay, can we look up something here? Can we pull up ship tool real quick, guys? Can we look at where Kremlin is currently performing? Because, like, to me, Kremlin is still, like, one of the most survivable ships in the entire fucking video game. What is... Oh, we want server statistics. Here we go. We're looking at all skill brackets. Okay, survival rate. Where does Kremlin... What? People are living in Kremlin as much as St. Vincent, a ship made out of actual paper. Are we dead ass? Has a 50.7% win rate. Or no, that's St. Vincent. It's still north of 50 at least. So, like, the ship is like, the ship does not need the buff. Okay. Wait, what did I do? Oh, I'm just being stupid. Okay. Wow. This is actually unreal. Because, like, dude, I'll be honest, as Kremlin currently exists, you only die because you run out of heal and DCP. Like, the only reason Kremlin ever dies is it runs out of heal and DCP. And the whole fucking reason, the reason Kremlin has limited DCP and heal, the theoretical reason is to fucking balance it. Because it's so impossible to kill, Wargaming was like, hey, we're only going to give it 4 heals. And then they were like, hey, what if it also got a captain that gave it like 8k health right before it died? And then they were like, hey, what if we also buffed IRPR so Kremlin got a bonus heal and was way harder to kill? And now they're like, hey, what if we buffed Kremlin and now the ledge mod was just a pure buff that gave you an extra heal and DCP? Like, this developer is fucked, dude. I mean, I love it. I love it. I mean, it's like anytime they buff Alvaro or Regolo, I just bust. But, like, literally why? The ship, like, it's just a pure buff now. Like, it's just a pure buff. Okay. Improved rangefinders. Okay. Oh, that's just what it's already called. Okay. Added new effect, -2 charges of... Guys. I have a question for the fine folk in the chat. It's a multiple choice. It's a multiple choice question, okay? Dude, I'm cooming. I've got my glass of Glen. I'm toasting the screen right now with some Glen Goyne 25. I don't know what tastes better, this or the whiskey. Jesus. Okay, but anyway, question. Is Colombo broken because option A, choice A, no matter what you do, it clicks you for 20 to 30k on cooldown. And has such crazy armor and firing angles, it cannot be citadeled or penned while it gets to shoot all its guns for free. Is it that, or is it you can smoke up 3 times in a game? Like, I'll be honest with you guys, half of my Columbo games, I use zero smoke. I use legitimately zero smokes in half of my Columbo games. Honestly, unless the carrier is humping me and I don't have the health to deal with it, I don't even use the smoke. Okay, listen. Any nerf to Columbo Legmod is good. Okay. It's still better than not touching it, but like the clear thing that needs to be done to Columbo Legmod is not improve your dispersion. Like, maybe it gives you extra range because it goes in slot 6, right? I mean, honestly, to me, what Columbo Legmod really should be is a range buff in your concealment slot. Like, they need to rework the entire thing. What it should do is give you a sizable amount of like main battery gun range and go in slot 5 so you can run 16 km Tech Columbo with good range, or you can run 14. Like, the Legmod just needs to not make it more accurate, because the reason why it's broken is it's too accurate for shooting that much sap. So I mean, like, it's good, right? This is like you tell your wife, "Hey, we haven't had sex in a year," and she's like, "How about a dry hand job?" Like, sure, yeah, all right, better than nothing. Okay, demonstrating excessive effectiveness on additional pen, being left with only one single charge, which you only use one per game. All right, whatever. Main bat. Okay, removed the penalty of the range, which was the reason you could never use it, and now you just in. Okay, that's interesting. I'd say this is the first good one. That's pretty interesting because Repub Legmod takes like 1 second off your reload, but you have no gun range, which is one of the greatest assets of Repub is the range. And the Legmod horrifically kills your vertical dispersion as well. Like, it makes your guns like 10% less accurate for 1 second improved reload and no gun range. But here's the thing, guys. It's time of fires and floods. But also, so like the first thing that I think of is normally on BBs, okay? Normally on battleships, you always take prop mod. The reason why you always take prop mod is it's assumed you're going to run this flag, and as when you stack these other skills, it kind of you get diminishing returns, right? Like, you take 1 minute long fires. When you run this, you now take 48-second fires. If you add this, it's 15% off of 48. So now you go from a 12-second reduction in fires with the flag. This added on only reduces your fires by another 8 seconds. So it's like an extra 2,000, 2,500 HP you save per permanent fire. So it's like it's very dubious to run this, and prop mod is always nice to have. But if you really wanted to, you wouldn't even have to accept the downgrade in survivability from the new Ledge mod. You could now just run this, because what would happen is you would run your flag, take 48-second fires. New Repub Ledge mod would now put you back to minute fires. Exactly, right? Because well, not exactly, a bit less. And then you could just run this to totally counteract it. And you have the speed boost already. So like that's actually not bad. But it does have it's not a pure buff, right? You do get a marginal increase in your rate of fire. It's like 1.5 second, but you don't lose the disperse. So they're removing the range nerf and the dispersion nerf that comes with the range nerf for something that is like debatably not that important. So it makes it like it makes it not griefing to run, is what I would say. That's very interesting. It's now a side grade rather than an objective downgrade. The upgrade currently significantly changes the playstyle, forcing the ship into a very different environment in which it struggles in most cases. Guys, Wargaming in the big closing of 25 is admitting that Republic struggles? What do you mean? The bonus that's provided in return is quite hefty. Okay. So, to be clear, guys, losing 10% range for a 2-second better reload on Kremlin is an ample increase in combat effectiveness. And getting a 1-second better reload on Republic is quite hefty. The problem with this Legmod is that you're still in a Repub. That is a problem, but it makes the ship way more interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree, but like it does make it very interesting. It's kind of spicy. You know, furious Repub build, you're taking like 1.5 minute fires. Just shitting the damage out. Could be silly. Interesting though, very interesting. Upgraded the Hindenburg mod. Removed the effect that accelerated the main battery repair, which I would argue was like the least important thing. The flood in the main battery. Added a new effect. 20% increase of healing. Ooh. Oh my god, so they nerfed the flooding, which was irrelevant, and buffed the firemen? Wow. That is holy dude. That is a crazy overall buff to this ledge mod. Because, like, the whole thing with Hindenburg is, like, realistically, how often do you flood with a cruiser that can spot torps at 4 km and kites in the back, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It was really funny when you took a flood in Legmod Hindi because it lasted for 7 seconds. But, I mean, this is just, like, a crazy buff to the ledge mod. 20% increase, because guys, remember, Hindenburg can run 5 heal spec. So this is an entire bonus heal. So you can have 6 heal Hindenburg that's now more immune to fire. I mean, not much of it, not a huge change, but wow. Wow. The upgrade, which contributed to the ship's survivability while being quite popular, proved somewhat inefficient. See, like, I totally disagree. I mean, they probably have stats that say no one uses it, but, like, if you run Lighthouse Hindi, this ledge mod is so crazy. Like, I can't just, like, again, you have to run Lighthouse Hindi, but which I would contest that Lighthouse Hindi is not objective correct. Like, it's very, like, full detect Hindi is very good, full Lighthouse Hindi is very good, you know, but, like, the really the only issue full Lighthouse Hindi has is you can't be an AP assassin. You kind of are like HE only in Lighthouse Hindi. That doesn't make it worse, but it does. It's not like a pure buff to play at Lighthouse. But if you're gonna play at Lighthouse, like the Ledge mod is outrageously better than steering gears. There's certain ships that like literally can't kill you. Like any ship with good fire starting that doesn't pen 30 millimeters of armor can't kill Legmod Hindenburg. It's immune to those ships. And now it's more immune to them. Like, wow. I mean, that's an extra 10,000 health. If not a little bit more. An extra 10k health. Or another way to look at it is this totally compensates for not running Superintendent, right? You could also look at it that way. So you can either look at it as a whole bonus HP worth of healing, or you could look at it as now there's no reason to take SI. I mean, either one of those is super valid, right? Wow, that is wild. Wow, okay. Ship to shore radio. Remove the effect that accelerated airstrike reload. Okay. Currently, that's what, 20%? What does it currently do? I think it's 20%, right? Dutch. Golden glue. 25%. Okay. But they're not removing the bonus airstrike. So I believe the math on GL is full build gives you 52. I'm not running my commander, but I think it's like 52-second reload as opposed to 70. It's 18-second reload buff per airstrike. Extra range? Like an entire kilometer, right? What is it now? 13? Ugh, yikes, dude. Yeesh. I like that. So now you get 14 km range. Oh, but they're buffing the bomb damage by 10%. So, overall, what are you giving up? You're losing 25% reload, but you're gaining 10% effectiveness per drop. So your airstrikes are like 15% worse if you spam them on cooldown, but you get an extra KM of range. But then the side point to that is if you're banking airdrops, you're buffed anyway. Like anytime you aren't able to spam on cooldown, you are now pure buffed. So I think that it's good overall. Okay, to be fair, before we panic, because in certain situations you'll be better. Here's what I think the point of this is, okay? I think I talked about this in the GL review. The way Legmod works now is it guarantees you max duration permafires. Because 70-second, like, I want you to imagine you're in Golden Lion and you have one airstrike loaded and you drop it, okay? You drop a GK and you get a fire and he insta DCPs. His DCP runs out when you still have, right? You're gonna drop, the strike's gonna hit him and he's gonna immediately DCP. At the time the drop hits him, because remember, the planes reload the second you launch, not when they drop, right? So you launch and you start reloading the airstrike. He DCPs. What is the drop time? Like 13 seconds? He DCPs and you've got currently 40 seconds left on your reload, right? His DCP runs out. 25 seconds later, your airstrike is reloaded. You insta drop it and it lands like 13 seconds later. So the point being that when his DCP runs out, he will have his DCP half reloaded and then he's permafired. Okay? That's why the real reason why GL Legmod is so crazy is the reload. That's the real reason, because you guarantee permanent fires on people. Whereas with 70-second plane reload on GL, instead of dropping the GK for a permafire when he's got 40 seconds left to reload the DCP, you now only drop him like 20 seconds before he reloads the DCP. So he only has to tank your like triple permafire or your double permafire for 20 seconds. With Legmod GL, you get to drop people on cooldown and get full duration permafires, which is why it's so oppressive. So I think the idea here is if you're torturing one random poor bastard, it's less toxic. But the problem is, like, it's arguably almost a better Legmod. Like, it's better unless you're torturing one guy on cooldown. So it's probably this is overall a good change. I wouldn't call it a nerf, but it's less toxic, right? Less toxic is always good. If we're not going to nerf things, at least making them less toxic, I think, is always good. What do you... Oh, really, Wargaming? Legmod Golden Lion has led to some unpleasant interactions. Here's my... You know what I will say, though, guys? Okay. I'm noticing an unfortunate trend, which is that what's the through line of all these changes? They're all in favor of dumbing down the Legmods. Are you noticing this? Like, all of these Legmod changes so far are not really making Legmods more enticing to use. Well, aside from Kremlin, I mean that's like an outrageous buff. But like this is just dumbing down the point of the Legmod. This is dumbing down the point of the Legmod. This is dumbing down the point of the Legmod. Like they're making the ships easier to use, but not necessarily better. But like they're all focusing on ease of use. I don't know. Petro. Remove the penalty for ship. Really? Really? Added into effect 25% reduction. Okay. So your healing is still the same, but you've got better radar and better hydro. The bonus to AP shell was reduced a negligible amount. I would argue this Legmod is better now. They're keeping the dispersion. They're not changing the dispersion, which is what actually matters on it. And they're not changing the HE shell damage. So they buffed it. Did the Petra Legmod need to be buffed? The point of this upgrade was to shift the focus of the ship from its utility and survivability to its main guns. While the concept works well, it was deemed too effective in fulfilling its role. But it's more effective now. You buffed it. You deadass buffed the Legmod. As such, the implemented changes will preserve the playstyle, but will make the penalty more apparent. How will they make the penalty more apparent? It's meaningless. This is a buff. Wargaming, you are buffing the Petra. Like, guys. Petra with a full build has a 20-second radar. Okay? And it has like a 13-second reload with Legmod. So you always shoot twice per radar. Every Petra radar gives you 2 shots. Guess what, buddy? A 15-second Petra radar still gives you 2 shots. Like, if they wanted this to actually impact the radar usage, this would need to be 35. 35% would be a real number. If this was 35%, this would, like, matter. But, like, obviously you'd way rather have 4 15-second radars than 3 20-second radars. That's not even debatable. Obviously you'd rather have 4 minute-and-a-half hydros than 3 2-minute hydros. Not even debatable. The only thing I'd argue is worse is the healing, okay? Because, like, you still heal. This just gives you 3 heals worth of HP, but it takes you longer to use them. So they did make the healing arguably worse, right? Because if you want to heal 40k in Petra or 30k in Petro, you now need to spam 4 heals instead of 3. So they did potentially make the ship faster to die than current Legmod. Maybe. But they buffed it. I mean, this is a buff. 25%. Yeah, I know. Imagine your cruiser DCP only lasting for 3.75 seconds instead of 5. But, like, this is absolutely a buff overall to the Legmod. Totally meaningless. Buffs everything but the heal. This improves your radar and hydro at the cost of making your heal worse academically. Like, academically a worse heal. If you're in a situation where you're going to die before you get to heal 4, the ship is now less tanky, yes. But make the penalty more apparent is the opposite of true. Yeah, the heal is worse, for sure. Absolutely the heal is worse. They hit the heal a little bit. I mean, again, you would still have to die in the first 6 minutes of the game to make this matter. But okay, I mean, fair play. Like, there are situations where if you're in a full monkey push, you now heal a bit less per heal, right? 3k less HP per heal. So if you're in like a 3-minute push, you can't recover 6k HP. But, like, it's a buff. It is absolutely an overall buff. Wow, okay. Daring. The consumable is now renamed Enhanced Torpedo Loading Mechanism. And this goes in slot 5. So there's now no concealment nerf. Okay, so they removed the concealment nerf. So again, we dumbed it down. We dumbed the Legmod down. It's actually better, but now the ship is more comfortable to play. And we're doing the same thing. Okay. So there's no concealment nerf, no torp damage nerf, 12% increase, so a 12% DPM hit, and the speed buff? Huh? Huh? So, like, you just lose main gun reload, and that's it. Daring torps go 62 knots, right? Base? 62 knots base? $62. They're still not even fast. I'm okay. I mean, like, by 2018 standards, this would be called screaming fast. But, like, filter ships, destroyer. What am I doing? Torpedoes. Reaction time. Where does daring sit? Daring sits here, 7.8 seconds. 6.8. So it's 1 second improvement in torpedo reaction time. Which is good. Like I don't want to like make that sound like it's not, like they will be harder to dodge for sure. Because the thing is with how this spaghetti game works is like reaction time on torpedoes doesn't scale very well. Like, because what I would say is the way torp rendering works is like there's basically just a 3-second loss on torp rendering. And it's pretty flat. Like, if you've ever been torped by Yueyang, you have 1 sec. You know that you have like 1 to 2 seconds to react. If you're ever torped by Alvaro or Regolo, you know that you get 2 to 3 seconds to react. If you've ever been that's why the lower the reaction time, it's not like the game just takes 20% off the reaction time. The game takes like 3 seconds off the reaction time because of how laggy it is. So that's why low reaction time torps are insane, because it effectively is a flat buff to, it's a flat nerf to reacting to the torps. So like they are better. I mean, I don't want to say they're not better. But like it's so like arguably very meaningless. And like it's a fundamental misunderstanding to me of how daring torps work. I mean, it is probably better this way than the old way. Like I do think that this is overall a buff to the Legmod, right? Because like the Legmod destroyed Daring's competitive concealment for harder hitting torps, which was like totally irrelevant. So this doesn't destroy your. Instead, this gimps your DPM to have torps that hit easier. I still feel like it's just not even kind of worth using, but it's not. It is probably a bit better. Okay, Harugamo. Added an effect, 6% main battery time. I just don't think this matters at all. You'll still never run it in randoms, and you'll still run it all the time in clan battles. But see, here's the problem, right? The problem is Harugamo already has like a niche role in clan battles. Like this is what we were talking about with Prince Adalbert, right? Like it sucks ass in randoms, but you can't buff it because of how like you could very quickly make it super overpowered and competitive. I don't know. I don't know. Grows, remove the torp reload penalty. Okay, so you'd still never run this ever. That you'd be clinically insane to take this ledge mod still. So it's still dog shit. It's just dog shit in a different way, right? Because like the current ledge mod gives you 6% DPM at the cost of your very nice to use torpedoes, and then this gives you 6% DPM at the cost of your very nice concealment that allows you to catch like every torp boat in the game. Like it's one of the reasons why Grows is like pretty decent is that it's got competitive DPM with railguns on a stealthy ship. So like you can catch people, you can actually fight DDs in it. So now you go up to 6-3D tech. Yeah, so dog shit. Okay. Z52 remove the effect that reduced the detectability, but increase the speed. So why? Do you guys see what I get by dumbing down the ledge mods? Like, okay, I am by no means suggesting that Z's ledge mod was good. It's terrible. But like they're not actually changing anything. They're making the torpedoes easier to use but materially worse. So they're not removing the ship detect. Now there's just plus 5% dispersion when people shoot it. So dog shit. So it's dog shit. And actually, hold on, guys. Let me check something here because does Z52 let because you got to keep in mind, right? All concealment modules have dazzle built in. I mean, it's not called that, but all concealment modules have plus 5% dispersion built in. That's 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 the standard. And so the fact that they're saying add a new did Z Ledge mod not have that baked in already? It didn't, did it? Research Bureau category 52. It didn't. Wow. So it is still hot garbo. Okay. Still turbo dog shit. They just swapped. Basically, what they did is they made the torps barely worse against ships without hydro and barely better against ships. Like your torps are 5% worse if the ship doesn't have hydro, and they're 5% better if it does, kind of a deal. I mean, the very idea though that you would build a ship that guarantees catches every ship in the game with hydro, that you would give up its ability to do that for the shittiest torps in the game is insane. Like, do you guys realize that torpedo spec Hoffman has better guns, better torpedoes on the same and better guns, better torps, better survivability on the same detection? Like you guys get that, right? Hoffman torp spec is actually like outrageously better than Z torp spec with ledge mod. Because you basically get like the same torp reload, but Hoffman torps go long, like significantly longer range. They're actually usable torps. Yeah, we're looking at it right now, Yoda. Added a new effect. 8% reduction of the main battery range. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I mean, it is warranted. Like, Elbing Legmod is one of the few, like, super ship Legmods where the ship is just, like, outrageously better with it. I mean, as a Elbing enjoyer, it's also kind of weird to me, though, because, like, while I do think the Elbing Legmod was, like, way overtuned, no one plays Elbing. Like, what are the stats? Because we all know they basically never balance for anything but ship performance. Like, how is Elbing even performing? Sort by win rate. Is it performing at all? It's way down on win rate. How about damage? Ah, way up there. I mean, like objectively speaking, I do think it makes sense because like 16 km range, like the Legmod is just such an outrageous buff. Like if the Elbing Legmod only changed your turret traverse and did nothing else, it would be a buff. And it not only changes your turret traverse, which would already be a better than reload mod Elbing, but then it gives you some DPM and it gives you crazy speed with the speed boost up. Like the Elbing Legmod is absurd. But I'm intrigued like why we single that one out. That does seem weird to me. Whatever. Like no change to Ven Legmod? Huh. Okay. Yueyang. Added an effect of 10% HP. Really? So can I ask, like, why after every time they straight but like okay, so this is a pure buff, pure nerf, pure nothing, pure nothing, pure buff. So we've got 3 pure buffs, a nothing, 4 pure buffs. Hard to say. 5 pure buffs, 6 pure buffs, 7. Okay, so 7 pure buffs. They claim Kremlin was already a great ledge mod. They claim this was already great. They claim this was already great. They claim this was already good. They claim this was already good. They claim this was already good. So, Wargaming is saying all of these ledge mods that are getting pure buffs were great. But we're buffing. Like, is it really just like a chat GPT writing the Devblog situation? Like, what do we think? Like, what do we think? Is it all written by AI? Because you can't write this but like, you can't give Yueyang 2,500 more HP and claim that the upgrade is efficient regardless of smoke or radar. Which, okay, number one is totally bullshit. Like, you play this for radar Yueyang. Like, we're giving it a pure buff, but it was already great. Like, how can a thinking, breathing person write this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, and like, you know, okay, I think Yueyang Legmod is like crazy good already, but does make the ship a lot harder to play. Can someone give you the TLDR on the Legmods? All right, here we go, Nacho. TLDR, and then we'll go back to the game. Kremlin, outrageous buff. Outrageous buff. Like, Kremlin Legmod is now mandatory. You have to run it. It is diabolical. 20k more healing and extra DCP. Giga broken. Columbo is a nerf on a sheet of paper. It's technically a nerf. Doesn't change the guns in any way. You now only have 1 smoke. Spoiler alert, you only used 1 smoke in Columbo anyway. Repub It doesn't gimp your range or dispersion. It gives you gimped fire and flood duration. Overall, pure buff to the Legmod. Hindenburg is now crazy. You get an entire heal worth of extra HP back. It buffs the fire, which is the good part of the Legmod, and nerfs the flood, which was the bad part of the Legmod. Pure buff on Kremlin Legmod. Extra mandatory for Lighthouse now. Golden Lion, side grade, they made it less toxic, humping one guy. They made it overall better against humping different guys. Petro, pure buff, you now get 4 of all your consumables. They last less time. The only situation it's a nerf is in a monkey push 6-minute game. You get the HP back slower. Other than that, the ship is objectively better. And now Legmod, which used to be a side grade, is now a pure buff. Godspeed. Daring, side grade made it easier to use. It's still dog shit. You would never run it. Berugamo, pure buff to the Legmod. You'd still never run it in clan battles. Or sorry, you'd never run it in randoms. You'll still run it in clan battles. It's now just spicier in clan battles. Grozavoy, they made it a different kind of dog shit. You'd never use it. Z52, again, easier to use. Minor buff, dog shit, you'd never use it. Elbing, pure nerf. You now have 14.5 km gun range, which makes sense. The Elbing Legmod is outrageously broken, but still weird they targeted it. Yueyang, pure buff. Your ship just gets like 2,400 extra health, which is very cool. There you go. I would say the giggling, like, this is diabolical. I mean, remember when Wargaming said we were going to go away from pure buff Legmods and make them side grades? Like you have to play Legmod Kremlin. You have to play it now. You are a griefer to not play the Legmod now. Meaningless. You'll still run Legmod. Maybe worth running with there. You could have some very funny builds with, like, it doesn't make it worth using, but it does make it interesting. It's even more mandatory than it was for Lighthouse Indy. You'll still run it. It's better in some situations, worse in others. It's now mandatory regardless of how you play the game. It's just better now. You'll still never run it. You'll still never run it in randoms, will, and CBs. You'll still never run this. You'll still never run this. You'll still always run this. You'll still... This is, Yueyang and Repub, I would say, are the only two where, like, it might change if you run them or not. Because I like Legmod Yueyang, but I do recognize that it's not objectively better than Concealment Yueyang. But now it's more enticing for people who don't like Legmod Yueyang. So maybe you're on the fence with Yueyang Legmod because you're like, I'm not survivable enough to go with the bad concealment. Now you're 10% more survivable. So it might convince some people to run this. Everyone will still run this. No one will still run this. No one will run this. Again, we went over that. No one will run it. Everyone will run it. Maybe that changes a bit, but I feel like basically everyone already runs this. You'll still always run this. You'll still always run this on Lighthouse Indy. And then I would say this is going to change. It's enticing now. Because the two biggest issues, the range and vert dispersion, are gone. And, like, you can just compensate with this with the slot 4 module. So it's very enticing now. Because, like, now I can get the DPM at a survivability hit. And see, my thing with Repub is not a ship where the fires kill you. Repub is a ship where every boat in the game pen damages you. Like to me, it's kind of the exact opposite of some ships, right? A ship like Kremlin only dies because it gets HE spammed for the whole game. Whereas a ship like Repub dies because, like, every boat in the game point and clicks it at any angle for free giant damage. And this doesn't really change that. But keeping the range and dispersion means you can play farther back. So that's the most interesting one, I think. And then this is like a total switch. The Legmod goes from a pure nerf to an outrageous buff. Yeah, Tort build on Yueyang is completely pointless because you can't hit DDs. So like you have Yueyang and Asashio. Actually, Asashio has more spammable torps than Yueyang due to the 20 km range. Yueyang probably has the least spammable torps in the game in tier 10. Like you very often wait many minutes to torp, even with ships near you, because there's certain ships you can't hit with them. It's not like Shimo where it's like, DD's on the cap, shit out 15 torps. Like, no. You push a cap in Yueyang, and the torps in Yueyang are always loaded before you need them early game. And then mid game, like, they're very frequently not spammable anyway, right? So my Kremlin just got outrageously more survive. I mean, bro, the extra DCP. Holy. Oh no, like Lighthouse Hindi is totally fine without Legmod, but it's just like if you have the research points and you play Lighthouse Hindenburg, you're just giving up crazy amounts of survivability for no reason, right? But now it's so much better. Because the thing is, with the floods, I mean, we already went over this, right? But the thing with the floods is, like, do you really flood that much with your 6 kilometer hydro, HE kiting at 16 km? You know what I mean? Like the floods was always the most dubious of the abilities of the ledge mod. So buffing the most valuable part of Hindi ledge mod by far was the steering, the rudder shift, and the fire extinguishing time, and they buffed that. They left the steering alone, and they gave you bonus HP. Like it's fucking crazy, dude. And I would argue this like almost never mattered either. You're a 4 turret ship. Getting a turret knocked out for 20 seconds isn't a big fucking deal. And the thing with Hindi like Legmod versus steering gear is you look at Hindenburglar. Das der Hindenburglar. If you look at maneuverability, the turning circle on Hindenburg is not good, right? So, like, if this turning circle was like 700, then I would argue that the bonus rudder, right? Because steering gears is 40% and ledge mod is 20%. I would argue that the extra 2 seconds off the rudder for steering gears would be like a material difference. But the turning circle's dog in Hindenburg, right? Even compared to like Des Moines. Des Moines is like very good turning circle. Yeah. So like steering gears over no module makes you turn noticeably faster, right? Because if you don't run this, you have like a 12-second base rudder shift in Hindenburg. So if you run steering gears, it gets you down to like 7-8, maybe 7-8, which does make you turn a lot faster. But 7-8 versus 9-7 doesn't really matter that much. Again, I would say if the turning circle was 700 or better, then that might be a debate. Like, I really do notice the turning, but like you don't notice a difference between steering and ledge mod when it comes to steering. So like if your choices are I'm playing Lighthouse Hindi, I want steering gear. Once you've made the commitment to take steering in slot 5, the ledge mod is an outrageous pure buff. You know? So that's kind of how I look at it. But now it's like even better. I mean, dude, it's an extra heal. Like it's an extra heal. Wow. Honestly crazy to me. But I just love how of the 7 ledge mods that got buff, they all say that they were totally fine. Like Wargaming is like all of these 7 ledge mods are already great, guys. Trust. But we're gonna buff them all. Yeah, I would run the 12s. Okay. To be fair, I don't run the 12s because I only play Kita to grind research points, so I don't waste I don't waste XP on it. I make an updated tier list after the changes? Yeah, we probably could. These won't come out for another month. Columbo Legmod taking away the only thing on the ship that it doesn't need. Yeah, I mean, that's what we were saying is like, bro, half of my Columbo games I never smoke. Because why would you smoke in a ship with 70 side plating, no citadel, 22-degree forward firing angles, more effective damage on target than anything that shoots back at you? Like, there's quite simply almost no reason you ever need to smoke in Columbo, with, I would say, the one exception being a CV is griefing you, and then it's like, okay, the FDR is going to come double drop me while I'm stuck bow in. I need to smoke and run away now. Yeah, exactly, Nacho. You only smoke when getting humped by a carrier or a sub. So really, really what this nerf to Columbo Legmod is your ship is still as overpowered against every ship it shoots at. It just now can get griefed by carrier and sub better. K1 Legmod when? Here's the K1 Legmod, boys. Slot 6, minus 20% preparation and reload on consumables, plus 20% range of consumables. 11 km sub surveil. Give it to me. Fuck yeah. I want that sub to get fucking nuked leaving spawn. That's what I want. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what Wargaming would do that, wouldn't they, Spaghetti? They make it a main gun K1. It'd be like minus 50% gun reload plus 50% gun range. But I would say like the only disasters here, the Kremlin Legmod is a straight disaster. I can't understand this at all. To me, if you wanted people to run the Legmod on Kremlin, I feel like it's pretty simple. You would just slightly tweak the range. To me. Because, like, the thing with Kremlin Legmod is it's a 2-second reload buff at the cost of, like, enough range to kind of matter. Why am I looking at Hindenburg? Am I fucking stupid? Right? The problem with Kremlin Legmod is the 12% range, like, you actually notice it a little bit. You know what I mean? You do kind of know. I mean, 12% range on Kremlin is, like, not an insignificant amount of range. Because you have to remember, you have over 20 kilometers main gun range on Kremlin, right? 20.7. 12% of that is over 2 kilometers. Like, it's a significant amount of range. You go down to, like, I think 18.5, right? If not worse. It might even be worse than 18.5. And so when you play Kremlin, there's quite a few moments where, like, you're shooting people at 1920 and hitting them. But then to give up the ability to shoot beyond 18 kilometers for a 2-second better reload is, like, absurdly not worth. But 2-second better reload, horrible range, but getting 20k extra healing plus a DCP, like, wow. That is kind of wild. It is kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, that's the way to look at it is, like, because, like Kala says, because of the Russian dispersion formula, it's not just that you're giving up a bit of vert dispersion and 2 km range. It's also that you're giving up the range at which you get cracked dispersion. So instead of, like, having Wisconsin dispersion at 10 km, you now don't have it until, like, 8 km. It probably doesn't work out exactly that way, but you get the point. So, like, now Kremlin, you can build it for 4 heals. It'll now have 5 with Legmod. It'll then get 6 with IRPR. And, like, the whole reason the consumables on Kremlin are like this, the whole reason the Russian battleships get 1 less consumable than they quote-unquote should, the entire point is they're outrageously tanky via the hull shape. Like, The hull parameters make them way tankier than normal, so a balancing feature is they have less duration, right? They're more vulnerable to getting HE spammed because they have limited DCP, which means if they get permanently HE spammed, they can run out of DCP and they'll run out of heals faster. And now this is just like throwing that concept away. I don't know, dude. Seems legit crazy to me. You know? Wow. Okay. Goodness.